First thing that I want to say to you is that our Black Friday sale, even though we have it set up that it's Tuesday to Wednesday, I have everything actually set to load at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So you can message your customers tomorrow and be like, surprise, it's early. I just wanted to give you guys that extra time for Success Club. I need to go in tonight and make a new image since we don't have that Shakeology 3-day refresh combo. So we'll just do, seems like you guys want to do Shakeology on HD. What are your thoughts? You can chat or unmute.
I'll say that people are always asking when Shakeology is going to be on sale. And I'm always like, it doesn't really go on sale. So I think this is a chance to say that since, I mean, I'm pretty mad about the 3-day refresh, but.
Are we going to say we're giving 10 off, right, for the Shakeology? Because it's not really on sale by itself.
Right.
What do you think? Yeah. Okay. So I'll make an image for that. And then one thing we don't have, which it's not a huge issue, but I mean, Carrie, this is an issue for you guys. We don't have images for Canadian pricing. So, and it's not posted in there. So in the event that you have a customer that is in the Canadian area, just make sure that you're reaching out to them saying that you can do the price conversion for them. I haven't seen any images, at least. I know somebody asked about it in Rising Stars, and to be honest with you, I didn't make them, so I don't have them. Carrie says, I'll adjust the price for them. Carrie, if you could just give us like a little sheet that tells us what the pricing is. I mean, we could all go look it up, but that would be awesome. Thank you. Okay, so let's see here. Hey, Jenny, good evening, everyone. All right, so tonight, one thing that I want to share with you all is how I'm planning on launching Transform 20. And I was really hesitant to give this to you tonight because I was like, I don't want to overwhelm them. However, I really want you to be prepared. And I feel like as a coach, the most important thing that you guys need to learn is duplication. So not just this is how Sarah launches Transform 20, but these are the steps that Sarah takes, and this is exactly how I'm going to do it, or how you're going to kind of base your ways off of this. I will tell you that I learned program launches from Melanie Mitchell. That's who taught me how to do all of this way. That's why I do things the way that I do. And she is very good at product launches. So what I'm teaching you came from the top, and it's what I've been doing for several years. I will tell you that my last 2 launches, so Tubing Mindset and 80-Day Obsession, those were my best business launches. So I made you a list because I'm a list maker. I'll share it with you after the call. I'm going to do a screen share and show it to you guys tonight. But here's the deal. I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to listen with open ears tonight, but then I need you to forget about it for this week because I really want you to rock the sale. And if you get off this call and you're like, now I gotta go do all this for Transform 20, you're not gonna capitalize on the excitement of Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday this week. So yes, what I'm telling you is important, but it's more important for next weekend. Okay, is that a deal? Can you promise me that you won't just throw the sale under the bus? Because we worked really hard on the sale and I want you to really dig into that. Okay, all right, so I'm going to do a screen share with all of you. If you want to interrupt it, I'll go for it. What I did is I made this last week, and I made this prior to us having the trainings from Beachbody. So meaning that there's very little out there in regards to Transform 20 stuff. So I did the best that I could, and I will update it more as we get our trainings. Tomorrow we actually have a training with Beachbody Champions. So anyways, again, some of this will just seem a little bit missing, but that's because some of the content for me was missing. So first things first, can you all see my screen okay? I know it's a little bit small, but can you see it? Okay, perfect. So this document, again, I will give you this document, but I just want to go through it first so that we're all on the same page. So here's how I plan to launch it, and here are some of the things that I've done to get ready. So I'll show you some of my stuff. This is the cover photo that I made for the Facebook group. So I'm going to talk about that group first. So when I do a product launch, I always make a closed Facebook group, and what I tend to do is I reuse them. So for example, when I launched Tubing Mindset, I launched it in my 80-Day Obsession group because I knew that I already had people in there who were interested in starting their journey. When I launched Lift 4, I used my Tubing Mindset group. So if you're brand new to doing product launches, I want you to go ahead and create a group today so that you have it. And then you can start to just build off of it. So those who are new are probably like, I don't have anyone in this group. That's okay. This becomes the home for you for future product launches. So as you build and you create interest in it, you're going to see this number skyrocket through product launches. So Michelle's been doing this for a little while. Carrie has been doing this for a little while. So I would suspect that those who've been doing it for a while, your launch group probably has a significant amount of people in it. A lot of like untouched potential. So anyways, this is the cover photo that I made for the group. And what I did is I went in. So if you have an existing group, go in and I deleted all the old content out. So for me, it was Lift 4. So I took out the Lift 4 cover photo. I took out the content. Again, I left the people there. And what I will share in that group, and I haven't really shared anything in it other than some transformation photos, which I didn't even really want to be sharing yet because I don't want them worrying about Transform 20. I'm not putting anything in there until after this week is over. Okay, and that's me being strategical because I want them to focus on the sale. So I would suggest you doing the same. So what am I going to put in that group? I'm going to put in that group a lot. I will tell you that for 2B Mindset, when I went back and looked through, I put tons in there. And some of it was just silly stuff from like Alana, but the more you put in it, the more you're going to create interest. So a program overview would be great, obviously, to share. The trailer about the program, an overview of the nutrition plan. Once you have your nutrition plan, you can share your meal plans. I always do that and they really like it. Even if they don't sign up with me right now, like they feel like, oh, she has her act together and knows how to do meal plans. Some of you can even, like some of you are going to probably do a Shanti program in December and you can share those meal plans. So you could share your T25 or your Max 31s. Like people just really want a meal plan. Sharing transformation photos as they're released. To be honest with you, it was hard to get these 5 or 6 photos that I have. I snagged them from a different team page that I was a guest speaker in. And I feel like that's wrong of me because I don't even think these are official photos, but I got these for you, and they're the ones that I shared in my group too. But transformation photos as they're released from Beachbody, challenge pack pricing options. I'm going to have those images for you. I actually have them already. I got them from Deidre yesterday from the roundtable, but I'll share them with you. So don't go out and make them. Okay, save your time. But that is going to show you on it how much the different pricing options are and what you get with it. So you can share that in there. You can go live and talk about how to modify the program because there is a modifier. So these are all topics that people would have questions about. Any video that Shanti shares on social media or Beachbody shares, put them in there. Again, the more the merrier. So here are a couple transformation photos, again, that I snagged from that group. Not a ton. The rumor on the street is that there were not enough men in the Transform 20 test group the first round, so they actually had to go and seek out men so that they could have more male transformation photos to share. So at this time, don't be surprised if when we get them, you're like, there's not a ton of guy ones. I guess there weren't a ton of guys that did it and did it the whole way through. So anyways, these are just a couple that I have that I shared in my group. Okay, so next step. Again, these are all steps. Don't feel overwhelmed. We have time to do this, but I just want you to know what it looks like when you cover all your bases. So the next thing that I did was I created a client application form for those who wanted to join. Here's mine. Again, you have the link for it. It looks very similar to what I use for all my other ones. You know, I just updated some information. I made a new spreadsheet. I love doing this way because it keeps people on separate spreadsheets for me from different programs. So if I'm like scratching my head like, I want to run a 2B group, I can go back to my list from people who applied for the 2B group and I can see who didn't buy, who did buy, because I just like color code it as I move them through my pipeline. Okay, so anyways, I would really encourage you to do a separate application just for Transform 20 than the one that you probably are regularly using. Okay, so the next thing that I did is I created a blog post for Transform 20. If you do not have a blog or a website, I have a really simple solution for you. I already did the work. I want you to take this Google Doc that I made, and I want you to do file, make a copy. And then what you're going to do, and again, I'll update this a little bit more once I have those challenge pack options in there. But basically, this is exactly what's on my blog. So here's a trailer, here's info about the program. It's everything that they would want to ask you, and it includes at the bottom that form that I just showed you. So again, you're going to just change it a little bit because you're going to put your form in there. I probably will put my link in there once it gets live. So again, this is on my blog, but for those who are like, I don't have a blog, here's your answer. It's right there. Just do this instead. Sarah or Kate, I have not. I'm going to give it to you guys once we go through it. But yes, I will share it. All right. So let me close out of this one. Okay, everyone cool so far on that? So not a ton of work right now. Right now you're looking at making an application and just copying this Google Doc. Okay, for those of you who are on Instagram, a lot of you use that link tree, like it's so that you don't have to have a bunch of links. So you're gonna wanna go into your link tree and update it. So here's mine. And all I did was I actually used that blog. I used the Google Doc. Normally I would use my blog, but somehow, I swear it was when I had my miscarriage, somebody like reported my blog that it was like obscene or inappropriate or whatever. And now I cannot, it's really hard. I can't post my blog on Facebook or on Instagram. Anytime I try to share the link to my blog, it won't let me. So I have had to get creative lately. So anyways, this Google Doc link is just fine. So that works for me. Somebody's chatting. What are you saying? At the end. Oh yeah, at the end, Michelle, you'll get it. Okay. So anyways, if you're using this, update it so that you have a link specific for Transform 20, because you're going to be talking about Transform 20 till you're blue in the face and you want to have a place to direct them to. Okay, so that's just a simple to-do list option that you've got to work on. This, again, number 5, I will share with you once I have mine. I have not done this yet. So I will be creating Instagram story images promoting the info group or the launch. If you use Canva and you're new to it, these are the dimensions that you're going to want to use. I shared them with you. And check the back office as we get closer. There will most likely be some IG video clips that you can pull and use. I haven't seen them yet, but I've noticed that they're starting to do that, which is awesome because it's one better way to promote it on IG stories. So I love that they're giving us that resource. So be on the lookout. And if you make any images that you feel like are really good or even subpar, give them to us, send them our way so we can all share. It's so helpful to not have to make tons of images. So anything you come up with would be great. Now, a lot of you know that I do my inviting. So like all my inviting for the day comes based off of either a post on my feed or when I go live. So when I go live, I'll go live on a topic and then I'll invite based off that topic. So what I'll be doing in the coming weeks is going live on Instagram talking about Transform 20. So I will do that, and then what will happen is I'll look to see who watched it, and then I'll message that person and ask if they want to be in my info group. Not necessarily if they want to do it. I just want to move them over to that info group. Now, what I'll do, and I find that this works really well, is I always advertise the live before I do it. So I make a cute little image on Canva that says going live tonight to talk about XYZ or whatever. But I always warn them that there's a live so that my story viewers, who are like my loyal story viewers, they know to go watch that. So anyways, you will see me doing that, and you're welcome to follow suit based off the topics that I use. Now, in your launch group, this is something that we did in the spring. Michelle did it too. I know she did. And we had a lot of luck with it. What we did is we used social proof when somebody purchased. So anytime someone bought, we shouted them out. And we didn't, I don't think we specified if they bought like 2B base kit, 2B challenge pack. I don't think we said that. I think we just kept saying like, this person's joining in and this person's joining in, and whoa, let me tell you, it was like a wildfire. Like I was amazed how many people, like every day I was having to make a Canva image with 4 and 5 names on it. So that social proof is huge. People like to see that others are joining in and doing it. So right here, what you can see, I made this for you. And here's the link to edit it. So when you want to do it yourself, I would probably just make a copy. That way we're not all editing the same one constantly. But I made a social proof image for you. So it's right here. It's not that exciting. So if you don't like it, make your own. But I just wrote welcome. And then I wrote Transform 20 launch group participant. And you can type their name in there. And then we'll just sort of put that in your info group. So as you're trying to launch it between December and January, this will be where you shout them out. You could shout them out on Instagram too if you wanted. Like you could maybe make a list, like a Transform 20 list that looks similar to this. And I would probably do them all at once, like maybe once a week. I wouldn't, this would be a lot of stories. I wouldn't make one for each person, but I would probably do one definitely to show that social proof. Okay, so moving on, and again, don't let your head blow up. I know I'm giving you a ton tonight, but we have time to do this, okay? So the next thing that's important is making contact with your existing clients and making them aware of this. So I will include an email to my existing clients letting them know, hey, it's going to be launching in BOD on December 4th. So this is on my to-do list for next week. So this will go out next week. That way on the 4th when it's available, all my current customers know it and they know how to purchase it. So I will use MailChimp. I'll give you mine once I make it. But again, it's on the to-do list. I'll probably make it this week on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll share it with you. You're welcome to just kind of copy mine. Now, as far as the challenge group goes, I've really found that for a launch, a big group is best. Our 80-day group was awesome. Our 2B Mindset launch was awesome. Like we had a really great group because it was big, people were interactive, and it took some of the stress and work off of us as coaches because everybody was kind of leaning in. So I created a team-wide Transform 20 group. It's already set up in my challenge tracker. I'm just going to need your email if you'd like to host it with us. So I will post probably sometime this week saying, hey, who wants Coach Admin Access? It's really awesome when you sign up to do Coach Admin Access because for the rest of your coaching career, you will now have a Transform 20 challenge group set up for you because I'm going to do all the behind the scenes work. I'll copy all the content from like the Transform 20 guide. And then you'll always have it and you can just go in and copy it if you want to run the group again. Sometimes people will launch it a second time. So for example, this is launching in January, but then it's really launching in April. So technically you're going to launch this twice for the people who don't buy VIP access. So again, you're not going to have to reinvent the wheel if you have that Coach Admin Access. So make sure you step up and join in. You're kind of crazy if you don't. At least I think so. And then the last thing that I have on my list, which I feel is so important, is I would love it if you would do a couple things. Number one, I would love it if you would run a free group in your info group using Sean Week. So using that free, like, I don't want to say free, but like using BOD, like the 14-day trial, get them to try it, get them to do this with you. But more importantly, I really want you to commit to a Shaun T program between now and the launch date in January. So yes, it's launching in December, but it'll truly launch in January. I think it's the 14th of January, actually. But I really want to see you like in it with Shaun T because you're going to create excitement. And people are going to be so like into it and you're going to be so excited about him. So I would really work on picking a program and not just doing it, but getting a transformation between now and that launch. I see the chat's coming up. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Yes, Michelle, there is. So Michelle asked, is there going to be a face group like with Shaun T? Yes. And that will be, so that was one of the things that they're going to really encourage us to do, just like how we had with Alana and Joel. That's actually how I signed up a lot of coaches in May because they wanted to work with Alana. So you can promote that if they sign up to be a coach, they will be getting access to Shaun T and his exclusive group. And if you don't know this, a lot of you know this, but some of you are new and you maybe don't. Shaun T is like the celebrity Beachbody trainer. Like he is the top of the top. He has the best brand marketing, like brand representation. When you say Shaun T, like, I don't care if you've never done Beachbody, people are like, oh yeah, I know who he is. Okay. So just realize that you're going to be tapping into our biggest celebrity in the Beachbody world, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, like Kate right now, is dying to work out with Shaun T and have him be her coach. So like, there are people who are going to be like, I don't care what I have to sign up to do. I just want in that. Okay. So it's really exciting. And I think it will help you guys with doing some recruiting as well. So that was a lot, right? I just threw you like a ton of info. I bet you're so glad I made it in a doc, so you don't have to really have notes, right? So I'm going to give that to you. And again, there's going to be more probably as we learn more in the coming weeks, but that's where you're going to start. How do you feel? You ready to do this? Excited? Was that helpful?
Yeah, that's a lot of information for sure, but it's nice to have it step by step like that.
Okay. Yeah. And again,
I have a launch doc like that somewhere, but I don't remember. I think it's from, might be 80 Day.
80 Day. Yeah. Sometimes lists are good. They make it feel less overwhelming. Please know too, like, this is my business. I'm choosing to do it this way. If you feel like, I don't want to do it that way, that's totally cool. There's not like a set way you have to do it. You can skip steps that I have on there, but I just wanted to show you, like, from the behind the scenes. I don't just launch a program and I get lucky and everybody buys it. I launch a program because I was really, like, I get great Success Club numbers when I do it because I was super intentional and I did all this work 1, 2, 3 months in advance. So it's not just overnight. It's getting all the behind the scenes footwork. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I first started talking to Michelle about coaching, she said about not mentioning like Beachbody, Shakeology, and that kind of thing. Are you talking about advertising this to just your current customers or to everybody? Because some people that I've talked to don't even know what Beachbody is. So
it'll be both. So with my current customers, they have the brand recognition. So they'll get Transform 20, Shaun T, like Beachbody on Demand. I will be very upfront as to what it is. What I'll do on like Instagram is I'll work on curiosity marketing. I'll call it this new 20-minute a day program with, our most famous trainer. Like, I'll just sort of hype it up so that for a little while they're like, what is that? I mean, there does come a point where you do have to say, yes, the program's called Transform 20. Like when I did Lift 4, there was a point where I was sharing the Lift 4 videos, or I was sharing the 2B mindset, because they do need to know what they're buying, because they may be following another coach who's been talking about it and they're like, I'm going to do that program. And they're like, don't even realize you're talking about the same thing. So there does come a time and a place when you do have to step up and say it. Michelle, what do you want to add? Do you have anything you could say also?
So I think when it comes to Shaun T, that I'm just like, it's Shaun T. Like that's, so like I just posted on Twitter, I'm like, oh, I'm starting a new Shaun T hybrid calendar tomorrow, prepping for his new program. Because I think that people know Shaun T. So I did a poll on my Instagram stories where I was doing my workout and I'm like, oh, Shaun T or whatever. And then I put a poll and like, oh, Shaun T, love him, or tell me more about the program or something like that. So you can tell who likes Shaun T that way. I think there are times I don't say Beachbody, but sometimes you just do, because that's what it is. And if they're not interested, then they'll be back later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't done any of his workouts yet. What is the first one you guys would suggest doing?
I would say T25. What do you guys think? And do Tanya, the modifier.
I haven't done T25. So I'm going to do that hybrid calendar. I was doing Shaun week. That's what I was doing. It's exhausting. He's exhausting.
Well, I'm just coming off of the 3-day refresh. Those shakes are nasty. And so just so you guys, the other ones who don't know, my daughter, okay, so Friday night, right? Yeah, Friday night was my first night doing the refresh, and my husband orders Pizza Hut for dinner, which is like one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm like, thanks, honey. And then last night, my older daughter said, Mom, I want to go to Olive Garden, which is like my favorite restaurant ever. And I'm like, honey, are you kidding me? I'm not supposed to be eating that stuff. And she goes, but I told Michelle, she is going to be 18 years old next month. We don't spend a lot of quality time together. And so when she says, Mom, I want to do something, you do it. So guess what I had for dinner last night at Olive Garden? That's right, water and salad. And then this lady's telling me, oh man, we got this new dessert. It's like 8 layers of, it's like this chocolate lasagna thing. It's coming out on Monday. Oh my gosh, you got to come back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. But the waitress was very understanding. So yeah, that was like, are you guys kidding me? You owe me like big, but I got to say kudos to me because I really held up. I really was impressed. So.
Jenny, you should, if you haven't already done so, you should totally go live and share all that because it's hysterical. And so, I mean, I'm sorry, it is. I know it's not funny, but it is because it sucks. Like anyone who commits to doing this really refresh, like everyone has those temptations like that, and it sucks. But like, how much did you lose weight?
Well, okay, when I weighed in, yesterday. Yeah, when I weighed in yesterday, no. The first day was Saturday. Yeah. I had lost 2 pounds, okay, for the first day. And I was like, woohoo. I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait to weigh in tomorrow. Then yesterday, after the shakes and the salad, it looked like I gained back like 1.5 pounds to 2. And I sent Michelle a message. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, so mad. And
wait for it.
Hold on, relax. Could it have been this? Could it have been this? Could it have been this? And then I sent her a little bit of a TMI memo. I said, okay, I just went to the bathroom. It dropped back down to such and such. So I'm excited to see what it is tomorrow. So I don't know, because I'm in the Fitbit, so I've lost at least 3 inches in my waist. I've lost inches in my arms and my legs. I think in my hips too. Nothing in the boob area, which is where I'd like to lose it. So we'll see what happens. I'm super excited. But see, when you say about sharing it, like, what do I say? Because I don't have a lot of people following me.
3-day plant-based cleanse.
What's that?
I would say a 3-day plant-based cleanse, and people will line up. But be careful because you can't tell it this week now that it's out.
I know it's out of stock. But yeah, I call it the 3-day detox, plant-based 3-day detox.
3-day plant-based detox.
And hashtag plant-based gets on stories, gets a lot of people look at it.
Really? Okay. Like all the hippie chicks. I'm just teasing. I have nothing against hippies.
Go
My mom looked like a hippie.
Yeah, you should go live and share that exact story, Jenny.
Like, tell them about Olive Garden. Tell them about all the stuff because it's so normal.
Oh my gosh, so hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Michelle tells me all the time, oh my gosh, Jen, that's so funny. Like, I'm talking about this curly girl method thing. She's like, honey, you should totally get on. But I have trouble talking to the camera the way I talk to you guys. All of a sudden I'm talking to the camera and I'm like, blah, blah, and I sound like a boring.
You just got to do it more.
Yeah,
you just got to keep doing it.
Maybe I should have someone else tape me so I feel like I'm talking to them and not just my phone.
Just look at the camera on your phone. You just got to keep doing it. And do it on Instagram where not as many people, and just practice over there.
Yeah. You'll be good at it, for sure. Okay, ladies, I'm going to let you go because it's 8:30 and I know you have a lot to do. So here's what you need to do tonight. Okay, I know I just blew you away with that. I should like not even give you that Google Doc yet, but some of you are so OCD, you're like, I need it now. So I'm going to give you that Google Doc when we hang up of all the launch tip suggestions. But what's super critical is that tonight or tomorrow morning, you need to message the people who you've invited to the sale. You need to send them a message and say, hey, just want you to be on the lookout. I'm going to say, hey, heads up, rumor on the street is that the sales are going live in the morning. They're going live at between 5:05 a.m. and 5:10 a.m. So you will see them tomorrow morning. But just give them a heads up. Make sure that they check it out. Give them your link if you feel like they're going to purchase. Or just say to them something like, I'll share with you what I'm going to say, but I'll just say, please let me know if you want to capitalize on are you taking a photo? Did you already take it? I'm over here talking with my hands. All right, I'll smile for a second. Got it? Okay. So anyways, I will just tell them to make sure they check out the sale, and I will say to them, let me know which pricing option you want to do. Are you signing up as a coach for $20 off, or do you want the 10 off? For me, I really need everyone to be signing up as a coach this week. So that will be what I'm pushing. Okay. So go rock this. Go hit some amazing Success Club numbers. I can't wait to see what we do in a week. Eastern Standard Time, right? Yes. So 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they'll go in the group. Okay? Awesome. Keep us posted on how it's going. One more time, Kate says smile. All right, awesome. Thank you, ladies. Good night. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.